All right. I'll make sure you guys can see maybe not. Let me do that real quick. All right.
You
So,
look
good morning, good
beautiful.
morning, good morning. Welcome to Activate Academy. Oh my gosh. We're so thrilled to have you guys join us this morning. We have a lot of great stuff that we're going to be talking with you today. We're going to be first, we're going to be talking about some of the top holiday misconceptions here in network marketing. We thought that the timing couldn't be better on that. And we're also really going to talk about the truth about this industry, our incredible profession, network marketing. Multi-level marketing, direct selling, people go by different names, but we're going to really talk about how we're positioned in order to lead the movement here within this industry. And of course, we'll be fielding your questions and comments as we go on. So feel free to keep the chat active. We want this to be engaging for you. That's what makes it fun for all of us. Okay. And if you are, I know someone's going to ask. It's going to ask if it hasn't already been asked. We record these. These replays are made available on the Team Legacy YouTube channel, which you can certainly access. Once I have this uploaded by the end of today, I will also send out the replay into all the chats. So whoever or however you found to get on the call today, that's going to be the same way in which you're going to want to look for that replay for those who couldn't join us, or if there was something that you wanted to go back to. All right. So as we start off today, I always enjoy story. Do you guys love a good story? Yes, drop a one in the chat. Who doesn't love a good story? Okay. So every time we do these, I like to kind of kick us off with a little bit of a story. And and what's fun about these stories is that I'm going to be dropping hints to you on who the person is. So I'm not going to tell you who it is, all right? But your job is to kind of listen and see if you can figure out who the person is. And most of these are individuals that you're going to know, right? They're well known, they're famous in some degree, and you probably have heard of them or know of them, all right? So this today's story is all about a true story of grit, sacrifice, and the power of betting on yourself, right? I mean, congratulations to you. You made the decision to be a part of LifeVantage. And that could be you betting on yourself, right? Maybe you went and took the road less traveled. So today we're going to open the story with about someone who has failed, someone every logical person counted on, yet he became one of the most iconic names in the world. Pretty exciting. So, before this person became well known and super famous, he was completely broke. Okay. He had been rejected by every acting agency in New York City. I know I saw a couple New Yorkers on the call here with us today. He was told his face was wrong. His voice was wrong. His look was all wrong. And that his dreams were just frankly unrealistic. Okay. And at one point, this person was so poor, he was selling his wife's jewelry. So he was getting rejected. He was broke. He was selling and pawning things to be able to get money. It was so bad that he eventually even ended up pawning his own dog because he couldn't afford to feed him. Imagine having to give up your best friend because you just couldn't afford to take care of them anymore. Imagine that level of pain that this person was going through. And imagine loving something so much and being forced to let it go just so that you could survive. All right, this is big stuff. Now, one night while watching a boxing match, this person had a spark, a moment, if you will, of inspiration. He rushed home and in a 20-hour writing marathon, he created a script. Okay. He created a script that he believed in with everything that he had in his being. All right. And he took this script, of course, what do you do? To studio after studio after studio. But guess what? What do you think he was hearing? No, no, no. 1,500 rejections, 1,500 rejections. I mean, think about that. How many times have you had someone tell you no to take a look at your opportunity here with us at LifeVantage? Has it been that many, right? Maybe not. I don't know. But here's the part that I love most. It only takes one yes, right? It only takes one yes. And when a studio finally offered to buy the script, he agreed with one condition. He had to play the lead role. Do we have any guesses yet? We have any guesses as to anybody who think that they might
Yeah,
know who this person?
I think
Yeah,
a ton of people are already on it.
because I think some people are on it. So the studio laughed and they wanted anyone but him. Again, his face was wrong, his voice was wrong, his look was wrong, right? But they offered him $25,000 for the script, a fortune for someone who couldn't even pay rent. And he still said no. He still said no. Why? Because he knew his calling. He knew his story was his, and he wanted to be able to tell it. He knew he wasn't supposed to just write the part, he was meant to be the part. And eventually, the studio agreed. And the movie that they said would fail, the actor they said wasn't marketable, and the script that was rejected 1,500 times won an Academy Award. It launched a global franchise. It inspired millions. And do you know what was the first thing that this person did with his success? He went back to the man who he sold his dog to, and he bought him back for $15,000. $15,000. So a lot of you already got it. You dropped your guesses in it. You are 100% correct. The answer is Sylvester Stallone. And the script was Rocky. Okay? So if you learn nothing from his story, just remember that your circumstances do not define your future. Okay? Yes can change everything. Just one yes. Rejection is not a stop sign. Think of it as preparation for what's coming, right? Your calling will require sacrifice. We know that. This business is hard, right? But it will pay you back. And we've proven that over and over and over. The world isn't waiting for someone who's perfect. They're waiting for someone who's persistent. All right. So everyone here, it's writing their own Rocky story. Every conversation, every invite, every follow-up, every no is building the champion version of you. And so today, this week, this month, your spark, this could be that turning point for you. All right. So let's go ahead and step into that. I'm super excited for us to be pouring into you today. Oh my gosh. And first up, we are going to hear from my husband, amazing, handsome, intelligent, all the things, right? Brian,
Oh, stop.
I know,
You're
I
embarrassing
know.
me.
I figured it'd be entertaining. Anybody laugh out there? All right. Um, so today, I want you to think about this as we transition into Brian's training, the truth about the network marketing industry and why you're positioned to lead it. The thing is that most people have an opinion about network marketing. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah. And very few actually know the truth, in my opinion, about this profession, right? They have these misconceptions, or they're what they don't know, right? Or they've taken an opinion from somebody else and they've allowed that to become their opinion, even though they have no experience whatsoever. But here's the thing, when you truly understand what this industry is really about and why LifeVantage is uniquely positioned to lead it, everything's going to change. So we're going to pull back the curtain. We all like to look back at the curtain, see what's behind there, so you can stand confidently in what you're building and see the massive wave of opportunity that's truly right in front of you, right in front of you. It's about building that belief in the industry, building belief in the company in which you are a part of, to have the confidence to be willing to take the action necessary to share what we have, knowing that there are people that are praying for this very solution in life. So I am going to stop sharing, Brian, and I'm going to turn the show over to you.
All right. Awesome. That's a great story, and I knew you were going to cry when you get to the part about the dog. Holly's got a sweet spot for dogs there. So, what I want to do, really go over. I did a presentation at a live event not too long ago, talking about really why LifeVantage is different and everything we have going for us. And I've kind of expanded on that, and I want to go over that with everybody here today. So if you're brand new to LifeVantage or brand new to network marketing, or if you've been a while and maybe you just need that extra spark to really inspire you to talk more, say less to more people, as we like to say. And just I feel like this gets me going, so I hope it gets you going when I go through some of these points. And in the early days, we used to do these opportunity meetings and we used to hit all these different areas and talk about why LifeVantage is positioned to lead the industry. Every network marketing company, and again, I don't blame them for this, but they always tell their consultants, we're the best company out there, or we've got the best product. They all say the same thing. But that can't be the case, right? There's somebody who's got to be better than some of the other opportunities that are out there. And I honestly, I believe for the past 13 and a half years, I've been with LifeVantage. That LifeVantage is it. And today I'm bringing receipts, guys. I am going to show you why we are better. So I've got the proof, I've got everything here that you should understand, first of all. And secondly, I know it's going to get your juices flowing. So you need to really I want you to hold on to your hats, hold on to your wigs, and try to sit still because this should get you going. It really should get you going as I get through this. So let me get my presentation up here and share this with everybody. All right, so we are not the same. We are very different than the thousands of network marketing companies that are out there. Many of them do health and wellness, and we're going to talk about. There's only one company that's doing activation in the health and wellness, and that's LifeVantage. So we are not the same out there. We're going to talk about why that is. I pulled this quote from Albert Einstein. He says, "The one who follows the crowd will usually go no farther than the crowd, but those who walk alone are likely to find themselves in places no one has ever been before." So we're going to talk about why we, LifeVantage, are truly unique and the best company in this industry. So we're going to go through all the reasons why. We didn't have time to go through all the reasons. We're going to hit the major reasons why. But as we get through here, I want you to put in the chat what you like best about LifeVantage. As I go through this presentation, I want to hear from all of you. What got you going? What made you say yes to this company? And what do you like best about the company? And we're going to hit on different parts of it. And the first thing we're going to talk about is the company itself and the industry as a whole. So one, we are publicly traded and we are on the NASDAQ. Okay. There's probably, last time I looked, I don't know, about 2 dozen or less network marketing companies that are publicly traded. Okay. Out of the thousands of companies out there, there's less than 2 dozen that are actually publicly traded, and we're one of those companies. Now, why is that important? Well, one, for me, it gives us full transparency. Full transparency. You know exactly what is going on in the company. You know how financially healthy or unhealthy a company is when it is publicly traded. We have to disclose that. For those that have been in the industry, you have probably heard horror stories about companies that abruptly closed because they are not publicly traded. They do not have transparency into their books, and they were bleeding money. They were losing money month after month after month. But on the surface, they're telling their sales force everything's okay. We're great. We're growing. When in fact, the exact opposite was happening. This just happened recently in some big companies that I can think of just this past year. And all of a sudden, the emails went out on a Friday to all their consultants saying, sorry, we're closing our doors for good. Okay. Don't expect any more commission checks from us. Okay. Put yourself in that situation. I mean, how my heart goes out to the people that had spent years in that company building it up and building a team and building a business for themselves to all of a sudden just have the rug pulled out from under them. It's happened more than once. In fact, it's happened dozens of times in our industry. And that just you won't see that with LifeVantage because we're publicly traded. You know how healthy this company is from a financial standpoint because we report it every single quarter. In fact, since I've been with LifeVantage, every quarter we've reported a profit. Every single one, we've reported a profit on this company. So we know we're profitable, we're debt free, and we have corporate staff. And a lot of you have been with LifeVantage for a while know this. Our corporate staff is just full of integrity. Okay. These are good people. Good people. I've talked to some people who have been in the industry for a while. They've left companies because the company did not have integrity, or the people running the company did not. Okay. So we've got some great people really steering this ship, starting with Steve Fife on down. And also, we're committed to this network marketing industry. And you probably have seen, especially in the past year, believe it or not, there's been about 30 some different companies that have changed their model. Okay. They changed their model. They're going away from network marketing. Some of them have been in network marketing for decades or more, and they're going away from it. They're going to like an affiliate only model, or they're just closing their doors. Okay. And there's a lot of acquisitions and things going. I mean, Love Bomb. This is a unique acquisition here with LifeVantage, and it was a marriage of two great companies together. But other companies are getting bought because they had to, otherwise they would have gone out of business. Okay, I'm not saying that was the case of Love Biome at all. That wasn't. But other companies are in that situation, and so there's acquisitions. So the industry is really going through a tumultuous time right now. But LifeVantage is positioned to be the beneficiary of what's going on. And as Steve Fife said, we have doubled down on network marketing. We're not moving away. We're leaning into the network marketing industry. So those are some important points to understand about our company and what's going on in the industry right now, and how good we are positioned from a corporate standpoint. Now, of course, I'm going to switch gears now and talk about our products, because our products truly separate us from other companies out there. Like I said before, there's thousands of supplement companies, but there's only one company doing activation. Okay, only one. Now we're gonna do a little deep dive into some of this a little bit.
I think folks should drop in their favorite product. What do you think?
Yeah,
Put in the chat.
yeah.
What's your
Put that
favorite
in there.
product? The one product you would never live without if you could only choose one. I know it's a tough one.
So I'm going to dive down to activation versus supplementation. That's one thing, but also we have something that everyone needs. And we used to say in our meetings, if you can fog a mirror, you are going to benefit from these products. If you are breathing oxygen, if you are alive today, you are going to benefit from these products. We don't have just specialized products that just fits a narrow niche of people. Okay. It's not like we're a company that's focused on hair growth. We're not a company that's just focused on weight loss. And a lot of other network marketing companies have their little niche. They just focus on one little area. And so that kind of limits their market. Some of them only market to women. Some only market to men. Okay. We have something for everyone here. So again, if you breathe oxygen, you can fog a mirror, you are going to benefit from these products. And that's because they're truly innovative, they're unique, and in many cases, we don't have competition here. There's no one who holds a candle to Protandim, okay, for example. And our other products you can pretty much say the same thing about our other products as well. There's really nobody who holds a candle that does the same things he does, and we're going to talk about that. And really what's important here to understand, again, maybe this is the science nerd in me, but our products are backed by what we call real science. Real science. And that's because we have clinical studies, independent peer-reviewed studies, and so on that say this product does what it says it does. Okay. And the others do not have that. They would kill to have the research and the science that we have, right? But we've got it. They don't. Let's talk a little bit about that. Let's dive into this supplementation versus activation type of concept. The supplements, okay, they're there to fill that nutritional gap. You take them, your body kind of takes what it needs, and then you pee out the rest, right? So a lot of physicians out there, they don't recommend supplements because they say this a lot. They say all it gives you is expensive urine. Okay, it's not worth the money. You can get the same nutrients by just eating some healthy foods, making some healthy food choices, right? Now, this is important, guys. When you look at a supplement, whether you read about it on a website, you read the label, or maybe the company's website that sells that supplement, all their claims use two words: supporting or helping. Okay, it supports this bodily function, or it may help this. That's what you're going to find as far as product claims for supplements. And the reason they make those claims is they include an ingredient that someone somewhere did a study on that suggests it supports or helps this body function. Okay, so they're referring to an external study that someone did, and that's the limit of their science. That's all they have to do. That's all they have to do. Now let's talk about activation a little bit. So instead of just filling a nutritional gap, we are very targeted with our products. We have optimized a set of natural ingredients that target specific pathways in our body for the purposes of expressing sets of genes. And in turn, what that does is your body produces what it needs to be or stay healthy. All right. And another way of saying that, this is really, we're causing the body to function as designed, right? These are pathways that are already built in. They are God-given, they're inside of our cells. And what we're doing is we're targeting those pathways with specific sets of ingredients. We aren't just taking a group of supplements and throwing them like spaghetti against the wall and see what sticks. It's not what we're doing here. We're being very intentional, very targeted with these ingredients, with these sets of ingredients, okay? And in turn, like I said, we're getting the body to function as designed. We're upregulating the good stuff, the enzymes, the proteins, the peptides, and all these other healthy molecules. And we're actually down-regulating the bad stuff, okay? Turn up the good stuff, turn down the bad stuff. That's exactly what activating these pathways is all about. So when you look at LifeVantage claims on our products, they are very specific. And we're going to go through some of that. Okay, they're very specific. And we can actually quantify the benefit. So this is something that other companies, they don't have. They don't have, because they can't do this, because they don't have the research and the science to give them the numbers. They don't have any data. Okay, they just said someone over here, maybe in their garage, we don't know, but they tested this ingredient and they saw it may help with something. Therefore, we're going to include that ingredient in our product, and it may help it, may support it. Who knows? Okay. Whereas we have very specific quantifiable uh, um, claims on our products. For example, well, actually, I'm going to go through examples here. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay. So activation in general, okay, to kind of sum up, it's much more effective. It's a little more complicated process than just taking supplements, right? Supplements, pretty easy to understand. You take them in your body takes what it needs, pees the rest out. End of story. Ours are a little bit more complex. We're targeting these specific pathways. These pathways can be very complex. So it's much more powerful than just taking supplements. So the most important thing here, I believe, is the level of science makes a big difference. And the claims, as I said, they're based on studies. The actual product, okay? Our studies are done on our actual products, not ingredients of our products. That's very important to understand. Here's a little visual. I kind of look for analogies at this. So supplements, imagine if you had a mismatched band. You got a tuba player, you got a banjo, you got a piano, drums, saxophone, okay? That can't sound good, all right? Your ears have to hurt after hearing a band, especially if they're not playing from the same sheet of music, right? So taking different supplements, let's say you take 6 different supplements, it's like listening to a band that's A, not playing together, and B, they just don't gel well together. You can't have a tuba with a banjo, right? It's not going to sound good. Whereas our products, when we talk about activation, it's like listening to an orchestra. Okay? They're all playing with the same sheet of music. They have a conductor that's orchestrating everything between the wind section and the horns and the percussion. Okay, imagine the little different ingredients in our products are a musician in this orchestra, and putting them together in the right recipe is that conductorship. I don't know if that's a word. I may have just made up a word. Conductorship of making them all play together so it actually sounds pleasant. Okay, so that's a big difference. So that's a way to kind of visualize it. A good analogy there. Now, here's what gets my blood going a little bit. Holly can tell you this because when I talk to people, especially people with other companies, and it's really hard for me to be nice about this. I try. I really try. Sometimes I just don't even say anything at all. They say if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all, right? And I've learned maybe it's my age, I've gotten older, and I just want to. I just kind of have to be more direct with people. So I've kind of burst some bubbles of some people because I have a lot of people that when I talk about our products, they say, "Oh yeah, I'm with this company and we've got a product that does exactly that." I don't know how many times I've heard that, especially when I talked about Pretandem. I had people say, "Oh yeah, we got a product that does exactly the same thing," and I'm like, "No, you don't. You don't." And they look at me like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "You don't." Okay, if you did, you would have 3 dozen universities spending their own money to study your product, but they don't. They studied ours. You would have an ABC News special on your product, but you don't. We do. Okay. And you don't. Your company doesn't even make the same claims that we do. You don't make the claim that you reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. You don't even make that claim. So how can you have the same thing? Okay. So this is and it just happened recently. I was at this networking meeting and I was talking about our GLP-1 product because it had just come out recently. And I said, "Hey, we got this new product that boosts GLP-1 production." And they all said, "Oh, we got this, we got the same thing." I'm like, "No, you don't. You don't." Because when I go to their website, there's like 3 different companies that said they have the same thing we did. But when I went to their website, one of them didn't even mention GLP-1 at all with their product. The other one says it supports GLP-1 production, but doesn't say it increases it, okay, by any measurable amount. And so a lot of people think out there that they have the same thing that we don't, that we do, but they don't. They don't. So kind of sum this up a little bit. When you talk about our hero products, per tandem, it's the only product that's clinically proven to reduce, I spelled oxidative wrong, reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. It's the only one. No one else comes close to 40%. Not a single one. No one even makes a claim that they reduce it by 1% or 10% or 15%. No one even makes a claim because they've never done the science to actually show that if it reduces at all. In fact, the studies that have been done on antioxidant supplements show that there's no measurable difference in oxidative stress. Zero. In fact, the studies that have been done shows their oxidative stress levels go up when they take some of those antioxidant supplements. So ours is the only one out there that reduces oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. Okay. We'll go below that, our mind body. I've talked to a lot of physicians lately, and this actually gets them excited. Okay. Because they've been looking for alternatives for what's out there already for GLP-1. Okay. And so this is the only product, natural product, clinically proven to boost the body's GLP-1 production by 200% in 12 weeks. The only one. No one else, and there's a lot of GLP-1 supplements out there. I keep getting like Facebook ads for them, and I'll go to their website just to see what they claim. And what they do, they're a supplement. They point to a study, and the study's usually done on berberine. They're like, "Oh, well, berberine shows that it may help your body produce GLP-1." So they include berberine in their supplement, and they say we're a GLP-1 supplement now. Okay, it's all just smoke and mirrors. It's marketing for them. Okay, I don't blame them for that. Every company does it, but don't confuse that with what we have, because we have the only natural product clinically proven to boost GLP-1, and we boost it by 200% on average in 12 weeks. Huge, big deal, guys. Big deal. Liquid collagen. It's the only collagen product that activates your own body's production of collagen, in addition to replenishing it with 10 different collagen peptides. The only one. It's the world's first and only collagen activator. Everybody else is a supplement. Everybody else just has collagen, whether it be liquid or powder. It's just a collagen supplement, whereas ours actually gets your body to produce its own collagen. And now with P84, which is rapidly becoming one of my favorite products in this company, I mentioned the other day, I said if I could only pick three products from LifeVantage, P84 is in that mix. It is. But it's the only product proven to boost the body's production of 14 different gut peptides. Okay, everybody else just has supplements. We're actually getting your body to create its own gut peptides. Okay, so again, what you should be very offended if you're talking to somebody, if they're a rep with another company, or if they say they take something different that does exactly what our products do, you should be very offended. And in your nicest way possible, try to correct them. Okay, try to let them know. Don't let that go. Don't let it go. They need to understand. No, 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 no. What you're taking right now does not do what this does. It can't. Okay? Because ours are truly unique. No one else has the science. No one else makes the claims that we do. No one else has an ABC special on their flagship product. No one else has 36 universities spending their own money to study their products. We do. Okay? I hope you guys are feeling the excitement here about our products and hopefully want to shout from the rooftops on what these products are actually doing. Now, how do we know it does these things? How do we know? Well, again, I said this before. We've got the clinical studies. We got peer-reviewed studies. We have in vivo and vitro studies. We have RNA sequencing studies, third-party independent studies, all on our product. Not the ingredients, our products. Okay? They're backed by science, real science. Real science. There was just a quick story. I mean, there's a company. I think they're based out of Utah, but gosh, in the past 2 years, I've been bombarded by like 2 or 3 dozen of their reps, and it says their product does something, and they're making a very big claim, and I knew their product doesn't do that. I said, send me the science, and they would send me. They all sent me the exact same study. And I've read the study many times now, and I'd always ask them, I'm like, did you read the study? And they said, yeah. They would always say yes, but I knew they didn't. They say, yeah, I read the study. I said, okay, if you did, you would know that your product doesn't work. Okay? Because if you actually read the study, the product, it says right in there that the product, it doesn't work. It says they had a placebo group that got the placebo. They had the same benefit that the people who actually got their product did. They both had the same benefit. So the product didn't do anything as far as what they were claiming. Okay? And the study was done in someone's garage out in Arizona. Okay? And that lab isn't even in business anymore. But that's their science that they're telling. And first of all, they're not even reading it. They're just, the company is giving it to them saying, hey, if someone asks for science, this is what you show them and it's going to prove. Because they think that most people aren't going to read it. I read it, right? But maybe again, that's a science there to be. I know how to read a study. I went into it. Their product doesn't work. They don't want to hear that. But again, maybe it's my age, but I don't have a problem telling people that anymore because I feel like I owe it to our products and our company because of what we have to make sure that people are factual and correct in what they're saying. Okay. So, all right, let's step off the soapbox of products. I'm going to go into some other things here because there's much more about this company and this opportunity that are better here at LifeVantage. A big part of it, guys, is compensation. You have much more ability to make money at LifeVantage than in other companies. You do. The evolved compensation model is very unique in the fact that it does two basic things. It allows people that just want to sell product to make significant money and allows people that want to build a team and do networking to make significant money. Okay. Most companies, and prior to Evolve, and LifeVantage was this in some regard, because I've met a lot of people that say, you know what, I don't really want to build a team, but I love these products and I just want to share the products and get customers. And they really couldn't make a whole lot of money. They can make some, and now some of them did make a lot of money because they talked a lot, right? But for most, it was maybe 50, $100. But now we're talking about hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars, by just enrolling customers. Okay, the Evolve plan allows that. And the other thing they changed with the Evolve plan, it was a little bit in our old plan, but more so with ours, is that when you at rank advance, your paycheck should go up significantly. Okay? That's why we try to really get our teams to build and rank advance because they're going to see a big jump on their check. They really should with this Evolve plan. So, some things to appreciate what we have, you need to understand things that we don't have. Our compensation plan was created by consultants. It wasn't created by corporate. Even in the beginning, when LifeVantage started, corporate didn't come up with a comp plan. The consultants that they had said, we need to come up with a comp plan. And what they did is they sat down that let's come up with everything we hate about comp plans that are in network marketing today, and let's not include them in this one. Because you will find them with other companies. Okay, we are not a binary model. And if you've ever been with a company that's been a binary model, most people say, I will never go back to work for a network marketing company that's a binary. What a binary is you have two legs. Okay. And typically with a binary, you only get paid on your smallest leg, and that's it. So you could find a superhero and just goes out and kills it, and they develop 1 million in volume. Guess what? You don't get paid on any of that. You get paid on your smaller leg over here, or maybe you hired your cousin, or you enrolled your cousin Eddie over here who's doing nothing, right? And you only get paid by what cousin Eddie buys, but you have 1 million in volume over here on your other leg that you get paid almost nothing out of. That's a typical binary. We're not that. We are uh, what some consider like a matrix. You can have multiple legs within our compensation model. You can have as many as you want. And guess what? You can get paid on all of them. Okay. The small ones, the big ones, the medium ones, all of them, you get paid on those. Also, something we don't include in our plan is something called breakaways. What's a breakaway? Breakaway, let's say you start building a team and someone below you just kills it and they actually rank advance faster than you. This has happened to us, and it's a good thing in our plan. Okay. It's happened to us. But in other companies that have breakaways, if someone in your downline gets to your rank or higher, they break away. What's that mean? Company takes them out of your organization. What? That's crazy. It's insane because here you built this team up and you had someone, but if they grow faster than you, then the company takes them away from you. How crazy is that? A lot of companies out there still have this in their plans. And they do that because they want to motivate you to stay ahead of everyone in your team. But I don't want to hold people back. No way. I want people to grow. If they want to run faster than I can, I want to let them, right? And so our comp plan actually rewards. It rewards you when you have people that rank advance you. You actually make more money when that happens. You want that to happen. We had someone that hit the executive ranks in our downline before we did. Okay. Great thing to happen in our comp plan because we are rewarded for that. Um, some comp plans, the next point here, some comp plans require that you need like let's say in order to be an MC3, you need so many MC1s on your front line. Okay, we don't have that here. But other companies have that type of requirement. They said, well, if you want to be diamond, you need 5 rubies or you need whatever underneath you in order to move that. Okay. Ours are very much based on the legs and the volume in that leg. That's it. Okay. You don't need people to be certain ranks for you to rank advance in this. Okay. We don't have an ordering requirement and we don't have this for regulatory reasons. Obviously, to be a consultant, you should be up on the product anyway. It's kind of a no-brainer, but you don't have to. Okay, well, you don't have to, but other people you have to order something. Um, and I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but the last point: some companies You have to actually enroll someone in order to get paid that month. Okay. I can think of some pretty big companies right now when I looked at their comp plans. You had to, in each and every month, you had to enroll at least so many people for you to even receive a commissions check that month. We don't have that here. Also, a lot of companies, and this is the way it kind of used to be with LifeVantage, you would get that big commission on that first order, and then you get little tiny commissions every month after that. Okay. Ours used to be 40% on the first order, and then it may go down to between 2 and 9% after that. And Evolve changed that for the better, right? So now we're getting that big commission every single month that those customers are on subscription. How cool is that? So those are things that are very common in other companies' compensation plans that we don't have here. So that's a great thing. I did this math the other day, and I don't know if you are aware of this, but let's say someone wants to make, you know, more than $1,000 a month. Well, and then they usually ask, well, how many customers do I need in order to make this? And our compensation model allows us to do that calculation because we know exactly what they're going to get. So I use this example in our opportunity meetings. If you enroll 25 customers on subscription on the Healthy Edge stack, which is what I'm going to be promoting here for at least the next year, okay, is the P84 with the Pertanium Nerf 2 together, right? That Healthy Edge stack. So your sales profit is going to be $25 for each one, each subscription run. So it adds up to $625. But your sales bonus, you're now maxing out at 20%, which is another $800. So you add those two things together, that's over $1,400 a month that those customers are on subscription. 25 customers. And so when I talk to people, I said, if you can get 25 customers on this stack, you're making over $1,400 a month. Okay. So pretty easy math. And it gets people excited because they're like, 25, I can get 25 people. Okay. It might not take me a month. It might take me a few months, but I can get 25 people on this stat. Other parts of our compensation plan, and obviously these get unlocked as you build a team. But when we rolled out Evolve, I got a sneak peek of the comp plan a few months before we announced it and launched it. And this was the piece. It was the "you had me at hello" moment. Okay, remember that movie, Jerry Maguire? You had me at hello. Okay, when they showed me this. I told him, I said, this, you had me at a hello. This is it, because this is something we didn't have before. This leadership match that pays you on the people actually performing. Okay. Before we had a match, but it was on people that may not be working. So it was a very small check. But now we have a leadership match where you're earning a percentage of your MC1s or higher, and it'll find them in your organization. They don't have to be on your front line. In the past, they had to be on your front line. Okay. Now it will find them. It'll go through, it'll traverse your organization and find those MC1s or higher, and will pay you a percentage on those. Now, to unlock this, you have to be an MC2 or higher. So if you're not MC2 yet, you need to get to this. You need to get to this. And then you need to grow as many MC1s or more or higher in your organization to maximize this. This is something I do on a monthly basis now. I look at my organization, I see who's close to MC1 or MC2 or MC3, and help them rank advance, because my check's going to go up if they can rank advance. What a great system. That really motivates me financially to go and help them, because I'm going to get rewarded through our compensation model. I think that's a great part of our plan here with this leadership match. And again, this is unique to us. So when I talk to prospects that they may be leaders in other companies, they don't have this, and this gets them excited. This leadership match gets them excited, and this other piece also gets them excited. The leadership pool. So this is like a revenue sharing program to where the company takes 4% of their global revenue. Notice I said revenue, not profit, revenue. And so what it does is it divvies it up. So if you're our executive level or higher, you get shares of this. Okay, so we are making us as executives are actually making a compensation based on people that aren't in our organization, even people in Japan, people in Australia. Okay. We are now a global organization. I get paid a little bit of everything happening in the entire globe here at LifeVantage. Imagine in the early days of Coca-Cola, if you got a penny for every Coke sold around the world. Okay. That would be billions of dollars today. So this in effect, you're getting a little bit. And again, the idea behind this is that we work cross team with each other. And we do this all the time. It's ingrained in our culture here at LifeVantage. We want to see everybody be successful. So when you get to the executive level, in a way, everyone's in your downline. Okay. So this is really cool. This is helps you motivate you to get to executive level so you can unlock this part of the compensation plan. The historical payout on this is about 1,300 bucks a share. Okay, so executive one, you're getting an extra 1,300 bucks a month thrown at you from this pool. It goes up to 3 shares, EC2, 5 shares, EC3, 10 shares, EC4, and presidentials. My gosh, get 20 shares of this. Can you imagine? Okay, let's take 20 times 1,300. Okay. I can't even see my calculator. Was that $26,000 just from this bonus alone for presidentials? Are you kidding me? Does this really just want to make you be a presidential? Absolutely. Huge piece of the compensation plan. And like I said before, not only did I bring the receipts for our products and our company, bringing it for the compensation plan as well, because we have an earnings claim statement. Not many companies have this. Some do. Some hide them because the data is not good. I put this in front of people, especially in our opportunity meetings. I put this piece of paper in front of people because the numbers are really, really good here at LifeVantage. It's proof that our compensation pays. And so what you want to focus on, what I typically focus on is that third column, that average monthly income based on your rank. And also what I point to is the average months to achieve. This is the data points that the company collects. And we update this about every 2 years. But I have them look at that third column and I'm like, what number in that column would make you want to do this? Okay, everybody's got a number. Everyone has a number. So to make it worth their while, what is their number? And so, and also they may ask like, well, how long do you think it's going to take me to get there? I'm like, well, the people who have gotten there, the average is listed there. Okay. Do I blow this up? No, I don't. Okay. I'm gonna go back. In my opportunity meetings, I kind of blow up and I kind of focus on some of these, but let's pick one. Let's look at MC3. Okay. $6,700 a month. Okay. An annual, that's annually, that's 80,000. That's over 80,000 a year for an MC3. That's pretty significant income, right? And 20 months is the average. So the people who have reached that rank got there in 20 months on average. Some more, some less, but 20 is the average. So imagine less than 2 years from now, if you're brand new, having like 80,000 compensation annually here at LifeVantage in less than 2 years in your part-time gig. Think about that. Okay. So this again, use this information to frame up the opportunity for people when you're conducting your meetings, whether it be home meetings, whether it be one-on-one type meetings, over Zoom, whatever. These are things that if you were me, I, I I would highlight. Okay. The business isn't for everybody, but I show them this because again, everybody has a number that this would be worth their time. All right. One of the last pieces of this is our culture. And by 13 years, I've come across a lot of leaders in our industry, people who have been in network marketing for decades. And I have them take a look at LifeVantage. I bring them to an event, have them experience our event. And at the end, I'm always asking them, I said, what's different about LifeVantage than any other company you've been a part of? And every single one of them had the exact same answer. Your culture. Your culture is so different. It is so good. Okay. Again, this is just, it's not me prodding them. It's just, I just ask them an open-ended question. What's different? Every single one of them had the exact same answer. Our culture. And our culture really stems around people being servant leaders here. Okay. I talked about before, everyone wants to see everyone succeed at this. That's why we help people cross line so much. People have integrity here. I would hear these horror stories from these same people telling me what happened to them or what they saw happening at their company. There's all this cross recruiting, all this conniving, all these shady things going on. And the corporate staff was allowing this to happen. We don't see that here. I have not seen that here at all. And we've had multiple rotations of corporate staff in the 13 years we've been here, but it's all been people with integrity. Positive attitudes are abundant. Some people, they don't build a business. They come to the events because they love being around positive people. I've had so many people tell me that. You haven't enrolled anyone in 5 years. Why are you still here? And they're like, I just like being around positive people. I'm like, all right, okay, welcome. And so also we have that desire to give back. We have our legacy, our LifeVantage legacy. That's our nonprofit arm of LifeVantage that people can donate to. And that organization goes out. Holly and I've had the privilege of working with them on a couple of projects. When you go on to an incentive trip, for example, they include some sort of LifeVantage legacy project. So Holly and I, for example, we got I remember the schools in Mexico in Puerto Vallarta. We went to these schools in these little town with dirt roads and dirt floor, in our school, and we were building up playground equipment and cleaning up classrooms and giving them all these things that they didn't have. And we build houses in Mexico. There's so many projects. There's Operation Smile, Wounded Warrior Project. There's all those things. There's 20 more. I can't list them all. But there's all those parts of our company where we give back. And I think it stems also to just generally the attitude of a lot of our consultants. When they have success, they feel an obligation to give back. And many of them do this business for the purposes of giving back. Um, you know, for a lot of different purposes, whether it be to operate orphanages in other one, clean water projects over here, or everybody's got their passion project. And LifeVantage gives you that opportunity, that mechanism to be able to take money that you've earned and then put it to good use somewhere. So that's ingrained in our culture as well. I think this is the last one, talking about timing. Timing is a big, big deal in a business. You don't want to be the 12th donut shop opening up in your town, right? You want to be the first. You want to be there first. Um, and we still report on how many, since we're publicly traded, we report on how many active consultants we have. And the number fluctuates quarter to quarter. It's somewhere in the magnitude of 60 to 70,000. Okay. Man, I think it's gone up a little bit since then, especially with the Love Biome partnership. Okay. But that's not a lot. Even if it's 100,000 guys, that's not a lot. We live in Florida. There's, oh gosh, what is there? 30, almost 30, 25, 30 million people here in Florida. Okay. We're going to have 100,000 consultants in Florida alone. Okay. We are. This company is going to have 1 million consultants someday. It will. Everything that I've led up to this point has showed you why, that we are going to be a titan in this industry. We're going to be here for the long term. We're going to have 1 million plus consultants in LifeVantage. But you're here still at the very begining. You may not think, oh, LifeVantage is 16 years old. How can this be the beginning? Because we're still a secret, and I hate that. I hate the fact that we're still a secret. Okay? We need to change that. Us as consultants need to go out there and change that to where we are actually a household name. Okay? So we only have less than 100,000 consultants right now. We're going to have more than 1 million. So we're 10% there. We're 10% there. We got 90% to go. So we are poised and we've got everything we need to explode this up. Just blow this up and go out there in our home state. We don't have to open up Zimbabwe right now. We don't have to open up, Okinawa right now. Okay. Well, actually, we're opening Okinawa, I think. But anyway, you don't have to have a team there, is what my point is. Go talk to your neighbors. You know that we are executives in this business and we hadn't even talked to either our neighbors on each side of us in Ohio. We're executives. Kind of ashamed to say that, but they know about it now. One of them's a customer. Okay. But go talk to your neighbors. Don't wait for the next country to get launched. Let's open your home state, whatever state that is. And if you live in a small town, don't use that as an excuse. I'll have some executives call and laugh in your face because they lived in a town smaller than you and they reached the executive levels. Okay. So don't think that you live in a little one stoplight town that that's going to stop you because it can't. Okay. So guys, I hope that was helpful. I hope that got your blood going a little bit this morning. And you can tell, hopefully you can tell by my voice, I'm passionate about this. And this is what gets me excited about this opportunity. All the things that get me excited. Now, there may be one or two of those that get you more excited, but the purpose of this was to show that we truly have something unique. You have a gift. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't keep it to yourself. As Holly said earlier, there are people out there looking for exactly what we have. They don't even know we exist yet. And that's where you come in. You're going to be the one to tell them. So, Holly, I'm going to kick it back over to you.
Awesome. Was that not great? Oh my gosh, were you guys taking notes? How many of you have at least like a page or two of notes with all that? Do you remember each individual topic that Brian kind of covered with you today, as far as the company, the culture, the products, why we're different, the compensation? Oh my gosh, all the things, right? And literally, these are the things that you should be thinking about. That's what makes us different. And so good. Oh my gosh, love it. Okay, everybody, we might actually end early today. Would you guys like to try to end a few minutes early today?
Get some Christmas shopping done.
Yeah, holiday shopping done. So here, real quick, obviously, Brian was on fire, but let's make sure we're shaking it out. If we need to stand up a little bit, let's stretch. All right. Get those fingers ready to maybe take some more notes. All right. Take another sip. I'm going to take a little sip of water here real quick. All right. Mm-mm-mm. I know I was working on my other stuff and now all the things, all the liquids. All right. So, I'm actually really excited to go ahead and let me make sure I got the right thing up here. You guys see my screen? Make sure you can see my screen.
Yep,
Yeah.
we see it.
Okay. All right. So my topic today is the top holiday misconceptions in network marketing and the truth behind them. And the reason that I wanted to obviously the timing I thought couldn't have been any better, all right, as it relates to the holiday season. But the thing is that I wanted to talk about this because I think too many good people disappear during the holidays. Wouldn't you agree? People, they just poof, right? And then they wonder why January just feels so hard. Okay. They've pushed that boulder halfway up that mountain and then they've decided to rest and the boulder inches down and inches down and inches down. Okay. And they haven't quite been able to go ahead and get it down. And it's really just because, not because their business, it's because they go silent. It's the silence that really can kill our business. And so I want to kind of talk to you a little bit about that today. So, first things, like, have you ever heard, I don't know how long you've been in this business, maybe drop in the comment how long you've been with us here at LifeVantage. Maybe if this is your first rodeo. This was our first rodeo, by the way. Brian and I had never done network marketing before. And here we are 13 years in with the same company. Just beyond blessed and grateful. But have you ever said to yourself, or maybe heard someone on your team even say things like no one buys or joins during the holidays? My team's too busy to work right now. I don't want to bother them. I'll just go ahead and start back up in January, right? People want to wait until January in order to set their goals and figure out what they're going to do in the new year. People think I'm bothering them if I reach out. It's the holidays. I don't want to sell people stuff, they're gives you that ick feeling. And I don't want to pressure anybody. And this one kills me every time. No one has money right now. No one has money right now. So I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to kind of walk through every single one of these and we're going to hopefully I can change your mindset a little bit or get you thinking about these a little bit differently. So the first one obviously is misconception number one, which is nobody buys during the holidays. But let's be honest, if you were to actually pull the statistics, I'm telling you, people spend more money in November and December than any other time of the year. Let's be real. People are already buying gifts. They're buying beauty products, self-care, gift certificates. They're thinking about how they can support stress, energy, all the different things, gifts. I'm telling you, they're already spending the money. So what should you be doing instead? You should be showing up. Be visible, share the value. People spend money on things that they see value in. All right. It's about prioritizing where they're going to have their money go. And you can do that without pressuring people. You can use holiday language like give the gift of feeling good. I love that. Think about that. You're giving the gift of feeling good. Why does someone have to wait until January to start maybe taking something that could help them manage their stress and feel less overwhelmed during the holidays so that they can get a better night's rest and actually enjoy the experiences and the magic that they're creating? Right? Most of you parents out there, myself included, we do it to ourselves. We put all the extra things around the holidays. Oh, we got to do this and do that and do that. And we only have so many Christmases and so many holidays. We want to do all the things, create all the magic. Well, guess what? We have products that can allow people to be able to still do all of that, but be able to still enjoy those experiences and manage their stress levels and sleep better throughout it, right? Why wouldn't you want to offer that? So feel free to take a screenshot of this. Nobody buys during the holidays. Here are a few little scripts. You don't have to use them. If what is working for you, do it. But I know for some people they struggle and they need a little something to start with. So for example, it says, hey, and then you insert the name. So for example, just say, hey, Karen, all right, quick question. Are you focusing on feeling better, looking better, or having more energy heading into the new year? So you're not talking about right now. You're not trying to make them feel pressure like, oh my gosh, no, you're talking about next year. People are already like, okay, I'm helping a few friends try something simple before the holiday chaos starts. And I thought of you, zero pressure. Not bad, right? Or, hey, Karen, with 2026 around the corner, I'm checking in on myself and my own health goals. And it made me think of you. Are there any habits or areas you're hoping to feel better or improve upon going into the next year? You're trying to just create conversations. You want to know where they're at. You're asking questions, right? Here's another one. Hey, Karen, as we get close to 2026, I've been thinking about the things I want to feel better about next year. And do you have any personal health or life goals you're excited to focus on? See, I love this one because it's not about necessarily focusing on what you want to try to fix about yourself. It's about things that you're already thinking that you want to accomplish in the new year that you're actually excited and looking forward to doing. And then last but not least, hey, Karen, with the new year coming, I'm doing a little reset and a goal check for myself. Anything you're hoping to feel better about or improve as we head into 2026. Now, again, these are suggestions. You don't have to use these word for word. You can change them up, or, if you have different things that you say when you're texting or speaking to friends, voice message these to people, make it a little bit more personable. But these are some things you may find useful, all right, this time of year. Good so far, you guys? Misconception number one. All right. Misconception number two. Everyone is too busy to hear from me. They're too busy to hear from me. And let's be honest. Yes, it is a busier time of the season because we are spending maybe time with family or friends that we haven't seen in a long time, or we're out running around and shopping and creating experiences that we know can only happen within the month, right? But the truth is that people are expecting connection right now. They're meeting with their friends. They want to get out. They want to do the cookie exchanges, the gift exchanges, the friend miss, we call them friend miss. Was it not Christmas not like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out, but you're combining those friends with the Christmas get-togethers. Whatever it is that you choose to celebrate from a holiday perspective, we just naturally find ourselves connecting more because the reality is people want to be remembered. They want you to remember them and who they are and something, to where you want to get together with them again. So the holiday messages are the easiest openers, in my opinion. They really, really are. So, what if instead of telling yourself that everyone's too busy to hear from me right now, and instead, let's say this next week you challenge yourself to send a minimum of 5 and maybe a maximum of 10 holiday hello messages. No selling, no warmth, like just pure warmth, okay? But if you were just sent them a message, say, "Hey, before things get super crazy, what are you looking forward to most this holiday season?" Okay? Or is there what do you have special planned for Christmas or how will you be spending the holidays? Just get the conversation going. Let them know that you're thinking about them, right? Just that sprinkle it in. If you want help feeling great through the holidays, I'm here for you. Love and appreciate you. This is going to help build trust. And I can tell you that trust is what's going to help build you into 2026. We always talk about we are not hunting or hunters. We are literally planting seeds. Okay. And you do that by staying top of mind for people. And it's not just about a sale or offering them something that you have to offer. It's just being a good human and making those connections. Okay. Good so far. Misconception number 3. If I slow down, it's no big deal. Come on. It's no big deal. Everybody slows down at the holidays, right? How many times have you heard that? Well, no one rank advances in December. Nobody grows their business in December. We just, everybody goes about the holidays and I'll just restart in January. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, December is going to determine your February. I want you to think about that. We talked about planting seeds. The reality is that it doesn't take just maybe on average 5 times to follow up with people nowadays. It takes more like 12, 8 to 12. Can you believe it? It's going to require you to follow up more for a longer period of time until someone's ready to make a decision to get started, right? To put their credit card down, to go in there and place that order, to be willing to invest in themselves, right? Before they're busy taking care of other people. So you don't lose momentum typically because your business is slow. You lose momentum because you slow down. You stop showing up. And so the people on your team stop showing up. So some things that you can go ahead and do instead. Tiny, consistent actions. Tiny, tiny, tiny actions. And what I mean by this is create minimums. All right? Create minimums. If it's busier than normal, set realistic goals. If you know you have a jam-packed day, then don't commit to sitting down for 2 hours to work on your business. That's unrealistic. And you're not even going to do it. You're going to be like, nope, it's too much time. I don't have that anymore. I might as well just wait till tomorrow when I can try to fit it in. Don't do that. Maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Reach out to one person. Plant those seeds now and keep the conversations warm. And this is a perfect example. Stay plugged into the calls, right? Trainings like these, keeping things top of mind, those small little actions are going to create massive um, things for you in your business as you go in the year. So here are some things. Maybe you could reach out to someone. Hey, I'm checking in because I'm putting together a small group of people who want to start 2026 feeling healthier, lighter, and more energized, not starting from scratch. Want me to save you a spot? Say, hey, I thought of you. Do you want me to save you a spot? Yes or no? No, no big deal, right? No pressure at all. I just thought of you because you're always working on feeling your best. You're really just kind of positioning yourself as a guide versus a salesperson. And I love that. Okay. So far, so good. Are you guys getting anything out of this? I hope getting some good stuff that you can apply to some things today. All right, we're almost done. Misconception number 4. My team isn't motivated right now. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's the holidays. My team's distracted. They're not motivated. So why bother? The truth is your team is going to mirror your energy. People don't need more time. They need micro actions. So I'm going to reiterate a lot of what I just said. Micro actions. When things are busier, you don't just keep saying like, do more, do more. Be consistent. No one wants to hear that, right? Nobody got into this business because they wanted a boss anyway. Okay. We're a volunteer army here. The teams are going to slow down and quit when the leaders disappear. So you need to ask yourself, are you willing to be a leader? Are you willing to take those micro actions? Because people are going to follow your visibility. And if you're visible, not because you're perfect, none of us are perfect. And if you're striving for perfection, ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know. That's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. I know I'm not doing it. All right. So think about this, what to do. What if you think about things more in like 10-minute micro actions? You post one value-based piece of content. You just share with people how the holidays make you feel and ask them what they love most about the holidays. Boom, done. I just gave you a post. You're welcome. You invite one person to a Zoom. Okay. Plug in, find out where the opportunity Zooms are taking place. Brian and I are we did one this last Tuesday, and we're doing another one this coming Tuesday, a live opportunity Zoom in which you can invite guests to join and celebrate everything. Maybe you didn't reach out to 10 people this week, but you reached out to one. One is better than none. You need to learn to celebrate. Stop beating yourself up for the things you didn't do and start celebrating the things that you did do that are going to move you forward in your business. Like, oh my gosh, I got on this awesome training. I'm all fired up now. I'm going to send 3 text messages. I'm going to send 3 voice messages. That's right. Give one simple action per week. As a leader, send 3 how are you messages. I kind of talked about this before. Holiday hellos. It's the same concept. Okay. Show the activity and model the pace that you want to see in your team. Number 5, and we've only got, I think I've got 6 misconceptions, right? I think that's what it was. So we're almost done. Misconception number 5. I'll bother people if I invite them. Again, people are like, oh, I don't want to pitch. I don't want to sell my stuff, right? It makes you feel yucky. I get it. The truth is we sell product. Okay, let's just get that out. This may be an unpopular opinion, but we sell product. But here's what we do through our selling. We are sharing people information based off of their needs to help them make a decision. That's what we're doing. Okay, we're not pitching that yucky stuff. We're offering them value. We're listening to their needs and we're proposing a solution that they could benefit from so they no longer have to feel what they're feeling. Okay, you're not interrupting, you're serving them. Okay, holiday invitations should feel friendly. That's what we want it to be. So, what if instead you said things like, this may be something or nothing, but we've got a fun light call happening tonight. If I shared the link, would you join us? Okay, low pressure. Low pressure. It's about making connections, keeping the connection. And when you do this the right way, then we can continue to give this profession the kudos and the respect that it deserves, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion for what it's worth. Okay. So here are a couple also outreach or suggestions, verbiage that you can always use. Feel free to take a screenshot. But the first value outreach script could be something like, hey, I found the simplest holiday survival tip. It's been a lifesaver for stress, digestion, and energy. You want me to send it to you? I think you'll love it. That's simple. The worst that's going to happen is going to say no. And you're like, all right, no big deal. Change the subject, follow it up with something else. Hey, I'm doing a fun holiday giveaway and I thought of you. Want the details? These typically are going to feel friendly and genuine and light. Okay. And totally not sure if this is for you, but I'm hosting a super quick call that shares how you can enjoy the holidays more while stressing less. If I sent you the link, would you want to join us? And if yes, awesome. But if not, no worries. I appreciate you. It's a similar, we follow a similar format and again, tweak it so that it sounds like you. But these are just suggestions. Okay. And last but not least, you guys, oh my goodness. Yes, yes, yes. Look at this. We're ahead of schedule. I love it. Misconception number 6. No one has money right now. And look, I get it. I am not going to be insensitive and that there are people that are struggling financially. And I get that. And, people like the holidays is a time for joy and giving. But for some people, the holidays, it just creates extra stress and pressure around the thought of money. Do you think that you have something that may be able to help them and position them to not feel that angst and that stress and pressure going into their next holiday? I think you might. All right. And again, what did we talk about first things in the beginning? Most people are already spending money. They spend the most money that they spend between November and December. People find money for what they value most. That's it. That's it. Okay. They're prioritizing where they're spending their money. And for many, they need a financial solution more than anything. Okay. So, what maybe could you do instead? Instead of telling yourself that no one has money right now, or maybe even you're struggling. And so, for you, the thought of someone being able to have the money to spend on what we have, it's difficult because you haven't believed yet that, right? That value in it yet, just yet. So, what could you do instead? Again, your job isn't to choose for them. It's not your job to choose for them. So, show up so that they can choose themselves, educate them, feed them what they need to be fed until they're ready to make a decision. Because for some people, actually, most people who make a decision to come into network marketing, it's scary. How many of you were scared when you made the decision to join network marketing, especially if you had never done it before? You're like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? Been there, done that, right? Exactly. Share the details, share the discounts, highlight the different options. People like options. Tell them this is good, better, best. Meet them where they're at. I love giving different options to people. Say, hey, look, I don't know where you're at right now, but here's three different suggestions that I might make. And those suggestions are going to have different price points. Okay. So offer suggestions for family gifts. Create that visibility because again, every time that you continue to be silent and make these assumptions, you're going to miss out on making an impact on somebody else. Okay. So, real quickly, two potential suggestions for a financial solution script like, hey, not sure if this applies to you, but I'm helping some friends earn an extra $200 to $500 before the holidays. No hype, just simple sharing. Would you be opposed to taking a look at what it is? It's that simple. Yes or no? House solution. Hey, Joe, with that holiday rush starting, I'm helping a few friends feel a little more energized and less stressed. Might you be opposed to knowing what we're using? Okay. All right. So, again, at the end of the day, it's really about balancing. We want you to be around family, we want you to have fun. But that's what this business is about. It's about having connections and having fun and finding that balance. So, again, work in short bursts, those micro actions, 10 minutes. That's it. Use voice messages for warmth. Okay. Batch those follow ups. Take one day and say, I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes and follow up with everybody that I've been meaning to follow up with to stay top of mind so that you can keep your evenings for your families. Let the systems do the talking. Leverage the calls, leverage the videos and the tools that the company has made available to you, but then focus on connection. Okay. And when you do this, you can enjoy the holidays, enjoy all the things, and still feel good that you're moving forward in your business and having a bigger impact. Okay. So that's all that I had. What do you guys think? Do you guys,
Yeah.
any of those misconceptions kind of speak to you? I don't know, maybe if there was one that kind of stood out to you the most. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
And just a quick story that dispels these misconceptions. Many of you who know us know we have a big Amish leg. In fact, it's our biggest leg in our business. It does roughly 400,000 in volume every single month. Okay. That leg started at a opportunity meeting that happened on December 23rd in someone's home. December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas, I was in their home, and everybody who was at that meeting got
fact.
to at least the MC levels or above, many of them executive levels in that meeting.
Yep.
And it happened on December 23rd. Okay.
Yep.
So
Yep,
that,
that's right. Fannie
yeah,
Mae had all of her family together, right? And you came and went and talked to them.
it was
She
my
wasn't even
worst.
enrolled. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was my worst opportunity meeting I've ever done in my life. And everyone in that room enrolled and have had success with LifeVantage. And again, it happened in December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas.
So, are you guys at all feeling a little inspired? Maybe have a little more confidence and belief to actually, are we gonna text somebody? Are we gonna take some action today? Not just close our computer and be like, okay, I got on my call. I did something for my business today. Look, I get it. Showing up is half the battle. And I love that you were all here. And thank you. Thank you, first of all, for those of you who chose to turn your screens on. I love it. Brenda, Norma, Mia, Sherry, Wendy. I know there's more of you. Oh my gosh. Yes, Melissa, Doc. Oh my gosh. All those who chose to certain, thank you. Thank you for not just showing up, but also showing up and letting us see your beautiful faces. But here's the deal. Knowledge is nothing if we don't do something with it. If we don't share it, if we don't take action to move us forward, this is all well and good. So, but again, friendly reminder, this has been recorded. We will be uploading this on the Team Legacy YouTube channel. We will make the replay available before the end of the day. And I don't know. That's all I got. I say we gave everybody
Yeah.
7 minutes back to their holiday weekend,
Yeah.
Brian.
And just a quick plug. I think everybody needs to get registered for our event, our virtual event in January 10th.
Oh my gosh, yes, January 10th.
So go in your back office, get registered for
Free.
that. It's free to register. You're going to get the link for it. There's going to be some great announcements, including new product information and stuff
And a trip.
announced.
Yep,
But
they'll be announcing new trips. We got new products. So much fun.
yep, January 10th. Get that on your calendar.
All right, everybody. We appreciate you. And let's go get loud and proud. And let's make LifeVantage no longer a secret. All right, take
Thank
care,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Bye,
Thank you.
everybody. Have a good holiday.
Bye.
Thank you.